Hey there, we're back.
Yes, we're back with a brand new episode of the OG Chronicles. She's O, I'm G. Did you miss us? I'll go first. Yeah, you did.
We missed y'all. That's why
Okay.
we're doing this, okay?
Yeah.
And since we've been posting on Insta and other platforms about our travels, you all started asking us questions about traveling. Gail and I have had a couple of trips already, and we wanted to answer your questions.
Because it's summertime, lots of people are going. So we know many of you insiders are headed out on vacation this summer. We want to hear your stories. So we love to go on trips together, but we are totally different travelers. I actually don't think we're totally, I didn't write that line. You think we're totally different travelers?
Yeah, we are totally different travelers. Number one, you like to explore everything.
Oh, I do.
You like to go into town.
That's true.
I don't.
That's true.
She likes to
She
explore.
could stay in one place.
I
yes.
just like to go and find myself a nice place to read, and if it's some sun.
What's the purpose of being in a hotel room or being on a
I
lovely
didn't say-
friend's
I
boat
wasn't,
and not
I
going
wasn't
somewhere?
in a hotel room, but I would be on the balcony, and I would find a lovely place to read, and I would look out over the pool or the view or
That's
whatever.
true.
So yeah, we're totally different travelers.
That's true. I do like to go out and explore if you're in a
I
new
don't care
place.
if she's been to the town 10 times already. I go, it's the same shops, it's the same thing. Anyway.
Here's our first question. It comes from Deborah. She says this: I love taking my family on vacation. After all, how often do you get to make new memories with your kids? At first, I kept the tradition going with my 2 adult children. I've got 2 adult children.
Which you do.
I do. Because they were getting on their feet. Now, they're both employed, doing relatively well for themselves, and they're in their 30s. It sounds like me too. But they
Very
don't
much.
offer to pay for anything, not one thing. They think I'm a walking ATM machine. Where do I draw the line on the cost?
Well, you should answer that because you do this with your kids.
I
and
do
they're
this
in
all
their
the time.
30s.
Yep, in their 30s and doing relatively well. It never occurs to me to expect them to pay for anything or to even ask them to pay for anything. I think that I'm clearly in a better position than they are. If I wasn't in a better position and we were all sort of equal, then I would say, yeah, we all chip in. But because I can afford to do it, I know the bills that they have. You know, Kirby has a husband and has a baby. Her husband is gainfully employed and doing very well. Will's doing very well. It just never occurs to me to say, okay, guys, let's split this up. What are you going to pay for?
I've always paid for everything, for everybody, all the time, forever and forevermore. So I don't know. I would say this. If you can afford it, then you should do it. And that should be, in my opinion, your gift to your children. Because how we are also different is I don't believe in you have to do birthday presents or you have to do Christmas presents. I like
just because.
I like just because presents. And if you are, still being responsible for vacations as you have been since they were little kids, maybe that is your gift. That is your Christmas, Easter, birthday, Halloween present to them for the year. If you can afford to do it.
Okay, Danielle from Chicago.
Danielle says, my boyfriend is going on a bachelor's trip to Jamaica with all of his male friends, and I know his friends, and they like to get rowdy. Plus, we've had some relationship issues in the past. Should I be worried about the negative influence his friends will have over him or blindly trust him? Oprah, would you let Stedman go? Well, I haven't had a relationship.
Yes, you would.
I would let Stedman. Yeah. First of all, we're adults who do what we want to do in our lives. And he, has had golf trips all over the world. And I've had girlfriend trips all over the world, not in the same place. And yes, I would trust that. But
the key was
we've had relationship issues in the past. So the fact is you asked them that question.
Yeah. Means ding, ding, ding.
Means
my
ding
ex, we had, quote, relationship issues too. It was called adultery. So I would not personally be comfortable with him going on a guy's trip with friends.
You wouldn't be comfortable with him going down the street.
So the grocery store.
the street. Yeah,
but that's just me. Yeah. But the key is relationship issues.
Yeah, but my point is, anybody who's going to cheat on you doesn't need to go out of town to do it. So if you're not trusting him out of town, then you really can't trust him in town either. That's the real truth. Okay, Justina from Orlando.
She says, my best friend is always on CP time. That means colored people time, means they always late. I'm a stickler for being prompt and early if need be. I'd love to be on time for any and everything. As we get ready for another trip and schedule excursions, would you leave the other person at the hotel if one is not ready in time for the day's activities? or hold firm to we came together, we stay together? I know how you answer this question.
Bye now.
My ass would be left at the hotel. Oprah says, listen, we're all going to gather at X amount of time. Everybody come. So I think if you're all going on vacation, everybody should agree ahead of time. Listen, I have this thing about being prompt. Please, everybody be on time.
And if you're not here, we're going to leave 10 minutes after. We're going to wait this much time, and then we're going to leave.
Oh, so you would wait now.
I would wait.
Okay, I would give you a 15-minute grace period.
I was going to say 10, but okay.
I would give 15.
Okay, good. 15-minute grace period.
And then say we're leaving.
And then you're free to go.
Yes.
You're free. Then you're free to go.
Okay, Diana.
I have left some people on the tarmac.
Yes.
I will say that. Okay, Diana says, I was so excited to go on my first trip with my husband and in-laws, but we're only one day into our vacation, and my mother-in-law is ruining my trip. She complains about everything. The AC is too cold in the room. The sun is too hot outside. The beaches are too crowded. Oh, can you just hear her? I'm losing my mind because of her bickering, but no one else seems to care, including my husband, of course, because you know why?
He's used to it.
He's used to it. He's heard it his whole life. That's just his mom doing what his mom does.
Yes.
She says, it's bothering me, but this is a trip with his family, and I don't want to overstep. Should I stand up to her?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
No, no. You are on the trip with his family, and if you want to stay in this family, this is the time to really chill, recognize what is going on. Oh, she said, or should I separate myself to keep the peace?
I don't like that either.
You shouldn't separate yourself to keep the peace.
No.
You should do the thing that people need to do when you're in this kind of situation. Accept the situation for what it is.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting hurt. No harm is coming to anybody.
And newsflash, it's only irritating you.
And it's only irritating you. So what you need to do is just allow it to be.
Or just excuse yourself from the next trip. Make up an excuse.
Yeah, but this trip is that trip's over. I mean, that's it. You just you cannot complain.
You better go along with your mother-in-law. Yes, it is cold in here.
Yes,
there are too many people on that beach.
Yeah, it is a very crowded beach.
You should definitely not stand up to her.
No.
Okay, Daryl from San Francisco. I cherish all vacations with my best friend that we are able to take. What's the most memorable vacation the both of you have taken, and where do you want to go next? Well, this one, too bad this Italy one is top of mind, but we've been to some great vacations.
This last vacation with all of you guys at Palazzo Fuji was so meaningful to me because it was a full circle moment to be able to take all of my friends on vacation. It was really memorable.
I said, Kirby and I will pay for our part, and she goes, absolutely not. And I said, okay. Thanks, Auntie O. Okay. This is me putting my wallet back. Okay. Yeah. But because we just had it was top of mind. And we've all since talked about the vacation, and the memory just gets better.
And then you sent us all pictures, framed, Ralph
better.
Lauren frames from the vacation. It was great.
Been great.
And this is the thing that happened. So we went on a shopping spree too.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love a good shopping spree. Nothing better than to be able to shop and be able to fit in the clothes. And y'all know I got new knees, so I can fit in the clothes. And
she looked good. Don't she look
good? I was going to my favorite store, and they had pulled out racks of things, and I was buying things. And at the end of when I went up to pay the bill, they said Gayle had already paid. So that is the first time
that was a first.
That was the first time that ever happened to me.
That was a first. Yeah.
That Gayle paid for my shopping spree.
That was the first time. And I was so appreciative because after I'd said, well, we'll chip in, she said, no, absolutely not. I felt, you should do something.
I know.
Do something.
I wouldn't have bought so many clothes if I'd have known you were paying for it. But then I thought, okay.
That's why I didn't tell her ahead of time, because I knew if I said ahead of time, you would start. I knew that.
I would have edited.
Yeah, she would have started editing, and I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be able to do that because I've never been.
And that was so memorable for me because I've done a lot of shopping sprees for other people.
Yes.
Nobody's ever done one for me. But now, Gayle, she'll CBS and CNN.
We got to go.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Keep the questions coming.